Welcome. Welcome to Driving with Styles or Quarantine with Styles, aka Driving with Styles. I'm back. Sorry I missed the last couple Monday, Wednesday. Son was playing basketball. I couldn't miss those games, so had the family first, as so to speak. So I am here, and I know I kind of missed the window, in my opinion, of talking about the NFL championship games, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. And I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, to be honest with you. Um, I will, I guess, understand why some people will call him the GOAT. It's more to it. He's been he's a very good player, but to me, he's no Joe Montana. To me, he's no Terry Bradshaw. To me, that's to me. And everybody's going up in arms about Tom getting to his 10th Super Bowl, which is huge, no doubt about it. But as we all know, football is a team sport. And this postseason, Tom hasn't really played that well. If you look at the games, he hasn't played that well. His completion percentage is well under 60%. Let's see, 55% for the first game, 54 for the second game, 55 for the third game. So he's averaging right at 55% completion. Right, that's not very good. He's got 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. Meh. That defense has basically carried Tampa Bay to the Super Bowl. And that defense was pretty good. That defense was good last year. And having a quarterback not throw 30 freaking picks has helped them out tremendously. And that's why they're in the Super Bowl. I was shocked that Green Bay didn't get there. And Green Bay had a chance. But for some reason, they kicked the freaking field goal. Didn't make any sense to me now. Didn't make any sense to me then. But I'm going to tell you. And I can be wrong with this because I don't believe in jinx, but I don't see Tampa beating KC in the Super Bowl. I watched the first game, like I said on the locker yesterday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That game was 27-10 in the fourth quarter. 27-10. Now the ending scoreless close in the game was never close. And that was in Tampa. And I know it's tough to beat a team really 3 times. This is only twice, but beating them twice in a row is very difficult. I don't know. I just think there's something special in that KC team. And I just can't see them losing. And they're going to hear this freaking Tom Brady crap for the next week. They're going to get sick of hearing it. And I just, honestly, Tom Brady has stopped Patty Mahomes from possibly winning 3 in a row. Because, as we know, that 2018 overtime, I think it was Jones that jumped off sides, gave Tom an extra opportunity of first down. I just don't see it. I just don't. And you can come back to me later and say, see, you were wrong. I just don't see it, man. And KC is special. And one of the reasons they're special is because of the freaking offensive coordinator they have. Now, I'm not going to get up in arms again about him not getting a head coach job again. But you see some of these coaches with these introductory press conferences and have not done well. So one thing you can't come to me and say he interviewed well. Because if these guys can't talk to the media, are you going to tell me they interview well? There's more to the story. Now, is it because Nagy and And Peterson hasn't done so well, but Peterson won a freaking Super Bowl. Nagy took a team that was floundering to the playoffs, deep in the playoffs. I'm not. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling how this guy is not a head coach. Did you hear him speak after the Super Bowl last year? I don't think he has that problem. I'll tell you one thing. Coaching the NFL, head coaching in the NFL is all about communication. And if you can't communicate and get your point across to these grown-ass men, you're gonna have problems. And I don't want to say their names, but two of these coaches have started off on the wrong foot. That's not an indication of how good a coach they're going to be. They're really not. But it's a red flag. And I can't fathom how you couldn't wait to get Bieniemy. It's weird, man. It's weird. He's coaching the best offense in the league for the last few years, and he can't get a freaking job. The thing was to be an offensive coordinator. Well, he's a coordinator. He ain't get a job. Interesting that Leftwich wasn't even considered for some of these jobs. Interesting, man. I don't know what else to say. One thing positive for me is track season about to start. Indoor track is about to start. I can't wait. Louisiana's having their first high school track meet tomorrow. I will be watching. I can't be in the stands because of this COVID, but I would definitely be watching online. And I would definitely be watching. Yeah, BT Mac, probably more than 30, but yes, you're right. But I will be watching the women's basketball game on Sunday against Missouri. They had a rough stretch against Tennessee. It was a rough game for them, but they bounced back with Alabama, and can't wait to see them play in Mizzou. We put a little win streak going. Then we got Ole Miss. Then we got to pay back Tennessee. Those next 3 games are gonna be big. So I was thinking about this, and I talk about this so much, and this is what I do. If anybody have any questions, please ask them. But I think I'm gonna go. I talked about these one-on-ones, and it's bothered me. I know I'm old, and I know the game has probably changed a little bit. Ain't no problem. The game has changed a little bit. But one thing hasn't changed is one-on-one. And what bothers me a lot is the technique that these guys are showing when playing one-on-one. I don't get it. I'm confused. And why I'm confused is, I've said it before, as a corner, you're going to get beat, man. It's like a coach. You're getting hired to be fired. As a corner, you put on the island to be abandoned, and you're going to get beat and sunburned and all that stuff. But if I'm a corner, if you're going to beat me, I want you to beat me when I'm putting my best foot forward. I want you to beat me when I'm my technique and my strategy and my execution of my strategy is on point. But you just beat me. That's fine, because when I go back to the sideline, be like, man, look, I did everything I could. He just made a great catch. Or the quarterback had extra time, or whatever. But I don't want to get beat and say, man, I wish I wouldn't have gave up my inside leverage. I wish I would have punched with my inside hand. I wish I would have been more aggressive. I wish I would have done this. No. As a corner, you can't do that. It's like playing an offense baseball. You never know when the ball is going to be hit to you. You never know. You got to always be alert and on attention for every play. That's the most difficult thing about corner. That, and you're not getting a break. When the receiver runs a 9 route, and he taps his head and has somebody else come in the game, you can't do that as a corner. At least we didn't do that back in the day. So I'm going to show some of this film work. And I want you to understand why. Oops. Let me get back to it, guys. Let me get back to it. I messed up. This is what is the problem when you don't have a producer or anybody helping you out. Give me a second. I'm going to put it on my other screen because I can't do it quick enough. All right, here we go. So, as a corner, in the NFL and college is different. In the NFL, you can't bump you can't touch him after he crossed the 5 yards, right? So that's why you line up close, because if you can't bump him out there, you want to be close as possible to him. All right? But if I'm going to be close up on him and I'm not going to soft backpedal means I'm going to get up tight, but I'm going to slow backpedal to mirror him so I can maintain a little bit of a cushion, but I'm still engaged with him. If you don't soft backpedal, no soft pedal, and you're just going to stand here, you got to engage him with basically your inside hand, because the easiest route is this route, and that's the shortest throw, right? Because it's right over the center. It's an easy pitch and catch. Now, I'm going to get into technique. This guy, I know the angle is a little messed up. Seems like this guy's foot is in the middle of his crotch, which means you have given him the inside, basically. Basically, this foot should be almost, it depends. Sometimes I'll put the inside of my foot on the outside of his foot. Sometimes I'll line it up. Sometimes I'll put my outside foot about a foot inside his inside foot. Therefore, I knew he was running inside route. So if he want to release out and do all this crazy, because what they're going to do is they're going to try to widen you and then bring you back in. If I'm all the way here, I will let him do that. And I would not move until he gets even with me. And then I will slowly turn. The thing about being a corner for me is to be patient. Next thing is, if you're up this close and your hands are up, the worst thing I hate to see is these hands drop. And then you don't touch them. Why are you here? If you're not going to touch them, you need to soft pedal. So we're going to go through a couple of these, and then, I don't know, we might call it a night. So right there, look at this. His hands are up, not high as I would like them. Hands spread. He doesn't touch him. Why are you this close without soft pedaling if you're not going to touch him? Okay, there, he got a little hand on, but now, that to me is waste. Now he's at the 5 yards. Now you can't touch him. Now he's beat. Now, I can't remember this play. I hope he doesn't turn his head around. It will slow him down. The only advantage you have as a DB on a deep route, he has to look back. So he's going to naturally slow down a little bit. Now you have to catch up and play his hands. See how he's catch up a little bit? That's a good throw to the outside. Drop in the bucket. Now, you ask me how he got beat. It goes all the way back to right here. You are, what, about a yard off from him? You don't touch him. You right now are beat. When you're even, think about this. This is one thing as a corner. And in college, right now, if I was here, I would try to bully his ass to the ground right now. Now, he's inside of 5. He probably could, but you only get one shot. In college, I would try to ride him, boom, 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 to the sideline. So to to slow him down as much as possible. Yeah, Garantano's not overthrowing these anymore. So you will bully him. But now you can't touch him. Now you're even with him. He was running forward the whole way. You were running backwards for half the time. So he has more momentum than you do. All it takes is 2 steps. 1, 2. He's by him. Let me get back to the right here. All it takes is 1, 2. He's gone. That's all the separation you need. But you cannot. If I have any high school corners, any college corners, you cannot. NFL is different. Like I said, you got a 5-yard chuck rule. In high school and college, there is no 5-yard chuck rule. You gotta get your hands on him. If you're gonna play press man and not soft pedal, you got to get your hands on him to disrupt the timing and the route. If you put his hands on him, now you got a chance to open your hips and now get in a racing match with him on even playing field. When you don't touch him, he's going forward. You're not going forward. He's got you once he's even with you. That's every time. I don't care how good a corner you are. Now, the good thing is he didn't look back. That's the good thing. So that gave him a chance. But, man, he just put himself. Again, what are we doing? You're up here tight. You're not soft pedaling. Get your hands on him. And why you let him, this is something. When the wide receiver releases outside right away, he does this little choppy. If he wants to release outside for a fade, he's going to release outside for a fade now. He's probably not going to chop and do all this stuff. And why you bid on it? That's not a soft pedal. And you need a soft pedal. You need to be inside. It, to me, is you tell me if I'm wrong. Look like his helmet is outside his helmet, which means he's outside. Now, you can play this type of technique if you got a guy who's bracketing with you, like a safety who's going to take the inside. He runs like any of these digs or deep slants. But this is one-on-one. There's no inside help. Why are we not inside? I just don't get it. So now he doesn't shoot his hands at all. No shooting of his hands. When I mean shoot his hands, he should shoot this hand right now. Now here's the thing. A quick tip. If I shoot this hand, right? Let's say he does this right and shoot this hand, but this guy's just strong. And he beats him inside on this slant. You cannot keep this hand up because then it closes your hips. You cannot have this hand engaged and then open your hips. That's humanly impossible. So if you do this, if you shoot this hand and he's strong and a very good technician and beats you across the middle, then you got to shoot this hand. So now if you shoot this hand, so you shoot, he beats, shoot this hand to keep engaged, that allows this hip to open. If you are wondering if I'm talking outside of my mouth, just get on the wall and shoot your inside hand and then try to flip that hip to that inside and see how almost impossible it is. Then if you switch your hands, then you can easily rotate your hips. But this guy does neither. Now he's high. See, this is the other thing. Watch this. Watch how his shoulders pop up right there. See how his shoulders pop up? He's done. That means he's not well balanced. That means he's not over the balls of his feet. He's done. He's done. Shoulders up. Giving up inside leverage. This is ball game. Now, that quarterback threw a little late, but here's another thing I talked about during the season, right? I want you to see something. So this guy, watch, he inside release, right? He inside release, then he stems. He straightens him up. So he straightens him up. So now he's got a two-way go. Now it's difficult as a corner to play this route because you beat inside. See, now if he was inside, he could stay inside and make them throw the long throw to the outside. And that would give him enough time to react. But now he's done because he's in no position. He's not in a winning position. Now all the receiver got to do is just push him off. Okay, now this is what, remember earlier I was talking about soft pedal? This is a soft pedal. So you can't shoot your hands because at the snap, see how he back pedals? And the reason why you're in there tight because you can't engage after 5 yards. So you want to be tight to him. So there can be a little bit of contact because you're close and he's going to probably run into you. If you were off against these guys, if you were off man against an NFL receiver, he's going to eat you up all day. Now in college, you can get away with it. The reason why you get away with it in college, just a quick tutorial. So I used to line up at like 9 yards, 7 to 9. So I either be here, here, or I'll be here, right? And the thing about it is, if I was at 7, I would take 2 slow back pedals to make the receiver think he's closing my gap, and I yoke him right about, I better be about 9 yards. And that's when I was thinking they're going to run an intermediate route. Now, if I think they're running a deep comeback, I'll line up at 9, and I'll do the same thing, slow back pedal, and maybe engage with them at 12 to 13 yards, which is really confusing to them. But when you're in NFL, you cannot engage with them. Like I was engaging at 9 or I was engaging at 13, you can't. So if you can't engage with them, playing off man is very, very, very difficult. Because they got a lot of wiggle room to put you on a rope. So that's why the NFL, they line up closer, then they just soft back pedal. See? Now this is bad. Your foot never goes up. Because if you're going up and he's going this way, you're losing half a step. Then watch his feet. Foot up, back. He lost a step. But that's a soft back pedal. He's trying to back pedal. Stay with. Yes, he's on this hash. He's on this side of the field. So he's trying to protect the inside. And on this one, you can see he's lined up. He's a little bit more inside than the other guy. False step. He's balanced. Oh. Tripped over his leg right there. Right there. Ah. That happens, man. That's bad luck. That wasn't bad technique there, though. That wasn't too bad. You gotta get a little tighter on them, though. You gotta hug the receivers in the NFL. I just don't understand why these guys look like they're head up. Now, I don't know if they've been taught that. They could be. I might be overreacting. But for me, you gotta be inside. You cannot give up the inside leverage. Just a little bit, man. His feet are too close together. This is a horrible stance. His hands are down. And he doesn't soft back pedal. He gives up the inside right now. Don't go for all this bull right here. All this chatter here. Don't go for all that. If he's going to hard step there, you know he's coming back inside. Don't overreact. Stay patient. And he just gave... That's good coverage, but he gave up the inside too much. Now, that's the quarterback's fault there. This is my last one. Watch how his feet are here, but then they split. That's a waste. Watch this. Split. That's a waste. You just wasted. Oh, maybe not. I'll take that back. The outside foot didn't move. Doesn't look like it. But now you got to get your hands on them. Be physical. See, first of all, this receiver stance is this receiver stance is a one where you go attacker because he got a lot of weight looking forward. So he can't do too much. If you right now, this is just little things. I learned this from Dion, watching the back foot. You can right now just attack him and he can't do anything about it. Well, that's why, oh God, what am I doing? That's why I'm frustrated about this one-on-one. It is frustrating. And it's not frustrating because you're getting beat. It's frustrating because your technique is not very good. And how can you consistently do this on the next level when your technique is horrible? That's all I got to say, man. Well, look, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys on Monday, hopefully after the men and the women win big in basketball, and we can have some joyous to talk about. And have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday.